Hey y'all, I'm going to try to keep these short because we're going to have to make a bunch of them, but talked to Ace this morning, Ace Rossi. What's up, Ace? Got a little bit more opinion and info about his carbon fiber headrest that we're trying to emulate but not copy. We're making ours out of aluminum to get started anyway, but couple things right away. Obviously, each helmet is going to be different. The roundness or radius of it here and how far it comes back, the distance between your neck and the back of the helmet is going to be different as well. I could bring my other helmet out and show you, but the Bell Sport that I have that I don't like, I think I've worn the darn thing maybe half a dozen times. The foam here is way out here. I mean, it's a lot further. So this is the helmet I like to wear. This is the helmet I'm probably going to just work with for now. We're in the market to get another one. That's for another video. But quick tip, always save pages you peel off your calendar. Look how big that piece of paper is, right? And you're just going to end up throwing it away. I'm trying to get you back here so we don't lose you. So I took a piece of the old May calendar, right, and cut a piece of it off, and just started working on what we know we want to do. Again, here I will try to keep these short. Had the helmet sitting here. Yeah, we used that deal there too. And kind of sat it where the mark was. And I was using the old or the newer helmet, so I don't know where this sits. I had photos in my phone, and they're gone. So we're gonna have to get Rich over here and do the seating deal again. We know what's going on with his helmet, so we could probably use his as a template as well, but we're not going to form fit it. It's just going to be kind of a universal fit. So what we're doing is, let me put you back here. Hopefully you won't. Lots you don't. You've been drinking. Your head taking a header. So the helmet like so. Took a piece of a big chunk of that paper, right, and set it up here. We knew we wanted to go from about the bottom of the old stabilizer here to the bottom of the helmet. We're not going to go all the way to the bottom, but we're going to be probably a few inches wide. So we started with the paper. Making these templates is easy. I mean, it's just you just get started right at a straight edge, right at the bottom of that stabilizer. Now we're working in 2 dimensions. You're not going to be able to do this and be able to make this template, right? So we just get started and find where the bottom of the helmet is, right? You put your fingers, and then you put a little mark, right? So it's going to be, half an inch above the bottom of the helmet. And then we just kind of rolled around with our fingers. We wanted to get this thing sitting on here, down each side symmetrically. So the easiest way to do that is just fold the paper in half, right? Put a little mark there, fold it tight, and then mark it. So you have your center. And it's not rocket science, they got to be perfect. We're lining it up with the middle of our stabilizer here, because we know if we didn't put the stabilizer in the middle of the helmet, it'll turn your head at high speed. Ask me how I know. I had to actually put it on crooked the first time. So we get an idea of that's the center. We just kind of use our fingers as a guide to go along the edge of the helmet, and just kind of, just go try to go the same distance all the way down around, right? Because this thing's going to end up being shaped like a boomerang, right? I mean, if you just made a straight piece and tried to bend it, it would be straight up and down. It'd be a single or 2-dimensional. So that's what we did. When we got what we thought was the right line and distance away from the bottom of the helmet there, we folded it over again, transferred those lines, and we cut. So we got this shape. I'm sorry, let me use the white side so you can see it. This shape is the same from center to center, and we just measured what the distance was here. Why? I mean, we're going to end up making it smaller. We can taper it. We can round the end. There's all kinds of things we can do here. We're just getting basic template going. And then we just kind of measured out all, you know, on a 90 from that surface. Boom, 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 boom. Put a little mark, cut it. Run it back over like so. And this is going to give us our first initial basic shape. If we screw this up, we can lay it right down on another piece of paper, trace it out, make sure we don't cut where we screwed up, and go from there. See? Actually might be a little too tight, the radius here. Right? You see where we're going to get the middle, and you see we're a half an inch away here, and we're tight, so we need to open it up a little bit. And the way we do that is we'll take one side. Let me put you on the safety wire. And we can kind of see, if we go to 0 at the tip, we're in the center of this thing up, we're at about a half an inch or so away from the rubber. So we just go up from here a half an inch, right? We'll go up here and we'll just guess. We'll just eyeball it. And we'll go from there to 0 at the center. And this is a piece of cake. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, right? So we just start here at 0, and we just kind of radius this bad boy out.
Positive, encouraging, Kayla. Hey, I'm Scott. Thanks for listening. This is Lincoln Brewster and Made New.
Oh, but Bubby, it's gonna Bubby, it's my niece and nephew call me next. It's gonna affect this line here. You're right, and it's gonna end up getting skinnier. And then once we get everything right, then we can transfer it to another piece and make it bigger. We'll take it up here and give her a quick test. That looks a lot better. It's still maybe a little bit tight at that edge. We're working on 2 dimensions on a 3-dimensional surface, so it's not exactly perfect science, but we're real close. We're just going to eyeball another cut here. Just a little bit more. Not quite back to 0 there, about halfway back. Like so. And that's a home run. That looks good there. So now what do? That's right, we just fold her over. Mirror image, man, mirror image. We just go ahead and cut her. Who needs a computer? Power goes out. We're still out here getting work done, right? I'll bring you up here and show you what we got going now. Okay, right, we're centered up with that little line there, as close as we possibly can be. Wish I had a third hand. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, you know what I need is a piece of tape. I need a piece of tape. Where's the tape guy? Well, you see what we got going, right? So now it's just a matter of what do we want to do? Do we want to leave it big like it? We could. We absolutely could. As a matter of fact, I think I like it. But at the center, it's going to be a little bit wider, a little bigger, right? And the idea that I mentioned to Bob yesterday, and I mentioned to Ace a little while ago, was the fact that here, let me put you up high. Is the fact that when you go to a bowling alley, right? I don't bowl. I suck at bowling, so I hate it. But when I did go, obviously I hated it. Sucks. I don't have my own ball. I would go get a house ball. And when you go to the rack at the back to get the house balls, there's little deals that so the balls don't roll around. They literally sit, so they won't move. Right? Something that locates it. This is going to do the same thing. We're going to have a half round looking deal right like this, and a shelf for the back of the helmet, so when we take off and we go to lay down, if it's gonna be just like just like the lem reattaching itself to the lander or whatever, right? It's going to couple in. It's going to find its own happy center. So yeah, look at that. I brought a little NASA to RPM. Isn't that something? Look, give me 5 minutes and we'll be launching something out here. But we'll bring you some more in a little bit as we get more of this stuff in stone. Obviously, we want this piece to be actually T-shaped, right? We want it to come down because it's going to be one piece, right? It's gonna come out from that flat spot on the seat and turn up and then be molded. So it's going to get a little more technical as we go, but that's what we do. We're playing around with templates, trying to get this stuff done. Hope y'all are enjoying yourself. See y'all. See you more in a bit.